Space Collective. I loved the soundscape sweeping through and just enveloping this piece. It created an emotional tie to a cold and almost unfamiliar form, but those uncanny human like connections that I had to the movement and to the form, the shape, I thought was effective at drawing me in, but that slight uneasiness kept me away, especially with the textures, the use of light and texture to keep us separated, and keep us looking at them as specimens and not humans. But yeah, I thought that also the lighting and texture was great to play with the mood and create some manipulation in building that atmosphere.
This Space Case film, I think, felt very alien to me, like in the coolest ways. I think the way that it uses light and shadow and visual doubling, kind of felt like it was creating a very alien visual landscape. Um, I think choreography as well helped kind of lend an unnaturalness to the movement of the performers, which again makes them seem like they're beings from somewhere else, from some sort of other place. But at the same time, you can still really feel the connection between those two characters, and then the kind of sadness and the pain of when that sort of breaks down when they find the crystal thing, and everything starts to get a little bit off kilter. I did feel like it was a documentation of like alien exploration, and this sort of alien way of being, which I thought was really, really cool and really inventive and really interesting.
Space.A.CE collective. This was an interesting short. I like the way this we don't see any face. There are masks, basically covering all the actors. But at the same time, there is a powerful, there's a powerful dance, and I really love the movement and the fact that in the movie they try to recreate a sci-fi element in a theater. So it was an easy scenario, but with a difficult concept, and the usage of shadows. I think it was very important, and it was the extra touch that really elevated the overall film. I mean, the shadows moving, along with cinematography and direction, and of course the whole choreography. I think it was a very powerful experimental short with a very, very, very powerful music. I really love the music. So overall, a great short. Congratulations.
Space Case. The filmmakers did such an awesome job in using light and shadow. That I thought was really clever and very, very unique, as well as the costumes that they decided to go with. Those were really fun. It helped put you in the world that the filmmakers wanted you to be in. And it did look very futuristic. I thought that the dancers did amazing. It was really cool to watch them. And I loved how the music fit the piece and the movements of what the dancers were doing so well. They did such a great job with that. So yeah, I liked this a lot.
Their is for Space.A.CE. I love this theater setting, which is meant to be ignored, but I loved it. These special effects with what appears to be nylons to strip away the people's faces, in combination with light and shadows and movements that feel too mechanical, but just at the beginning. They blow off the lights, and you have these incoming space explorers that are themselves full of light or inner light, and you have this triumphant music. It is very interesting, quite engaging, up to that final scene with such cool, unique addition for sound and movement, and then eating the light. It is outstandingly interesting. I had a great time.
This is an intergalactic experimental discovery. The movements are almost as if they were kind of floating between time and space, but in actuality, it seems to be possibly this dance between life and death. As they step upon this land, they kind of gravitate towards this bright blue rock, and it's glowing literally. One grips the rock for dear life as it forces movement. In a sense, it seems like it's checking places of the body, while the other astronaut is left with actually swallowing the rock itself. I liked the design of the helmet. It's not your average space helmet, so it didn't really give me the impression that this was necessarily a human experience, but maybe another life force from another atmosphere.